Peace and blessings, and welcome to a new episode of In Studio with Asa Khalif podcast. Now, as you know, we have partnered up with a few talented, I shouldn't say a few, a talented person who this brand, who I feel is very comfortable. We work very well together. And so we'll talk more about that in the later days to come. But the podcast is in a new location. We're not in Center City, the fashion district. We're no longer there. We're here now in Rittenhouse Square, and the studio is very intimate, like I like it. And we're going to do some great things. We're really going to do some great things. And we're shooting every week. You're going to get content, a podcast from me every week on Fridays. Okay? So we're excited about that. And I have some wonderful guests coming. I have some really great controversial topics that we're going to talk about. But I just want to say that because this is a new space and a new type of podcast, we're not restricted here. We're not going to be restricted here. And I think a lot of you, I've received your mail, I've received your email. They said they wanted the edge. You know, you give it a little bit of the edge and then it comes off that you don't. But I'm letting you know, we don't give two fucks over here. We're going to talk and call you out. We don't care if it's the mayor. We don't care if it's your favorite senator. We don't care if it's your favorite representative, your favorite actor, actress. None of that shit is going to fly here. Whatever the podcast, we talk about in and everything here, okay? It's going to be Asa, 100%, just like you guys like it, just like you guys demand, and I appreciate it. So now, the first episode, we're going to discuss a case that is very dear to my heart. If I get a little emotional, guys, you know I have no problem with the emotions at this point. But we're going to talk about Michael Eubanks Whispell. For those who are not familiar with the case, and many of you should be by now that it has gone locally and nationally, based on myself and the activists who built a coalition around Michael's case and demanded that Bucks County District Attorney's office prosecute this individual for murdering Michael Eubanks. And he finally was arrested with a lot of pushback from us, a lot of protesting, a lot of calls, a lot of activism, grassroots activism to make that happen. But Michael Eubanks Whispell, who was Michael? Michael was a gentle soul. He was one of my dearest friends. And for those who knew Michael, and if you saw Michael, you saw Asa. You saw Asa, you saw Michael. So you know how dear he was to me. Michael was visiting his mother in Bensalem on June the 20th, 2022, where he was attacked violently by his homophobic brother-in-law. The beating was so severe that it left Michael in a coma. And he died a few days, a month later, if you will, July the 4th. He succumbed to his injuries. I just want to put more pressure on Bucks County District Attorney and the assistant district attorneys who feel that LGBTQ people don't have extended families. Michael was rejected by most of his homophobic family, and I know this personally. So he had developed other people, and other families adopted him. My family was one of them. Another family from two dear friends of his, Robin and Ebony, and others. I don't want to start calling names, but Michael had multiple families, but he also had a family in the LGBTQ community. We were his family also. And we demand justice. He was not a blood brother to many of us. But he was still our brother, and he was our dear friend, and he was other things to other people. But what we cannot allow is for Bucks County District Attorney Prosecution Office to continue to allow continuance in this case. This case should have gone to trial months ago. Should have gone to trial last year. The judge is waiting. Everyone is asking why this particular case is being buried by the district attorney's office in Bucks County. We want to know, why is it? We had to fight for you to even prosecute the case. We had to protest. We had to block traffic. We had to blast you all on social media. And now you finally took the case, and here we are with the fifth or the sixth continuance? 2 months ago or a month ago, it was supposed to go to trial. And at the last minute, when everyone was there flooding the courtroom, you all of a sudden announce it's been continued and disappear. So now it's scheduled for June. And hopefully Michael Eubanks Whispell, my dear friend and my brother, will get some justice. Not everybody in Michael's family, and I want to clarify that, was homophobic. There were many in his family who loved him regardless and supported him. But in terms of that steady support, he got it from this community. He got it from this community. Facing homelessness, he had a home. We gave him that. He had a family. And so even though, and I would like the prosecutor to know this also, the district attorney and the assistant district attorneys who are on this case, okay? We want transparency also. We want transparency also. Because we demand it. We demand transparency in this case. We want to know when the next case is. That should be public. And don't use the fact that we don't have to, they're not blood related, so we don't have to know. Yes, we do. Because we're a community who are outraged. The fact that we even had to fight. Maybe we wouldn't have to fight so hard if he had blonde hair and blue eyes. He fits the poster child of the white twinks that y'all support. Maybe if he looked like he came out of an Abercrombie and Fitch commercial, or a Gap commercial, or a Macy's commercial. Maybe then it wouldn't have taken possible arrest. It wouldn't have taken us blocking traffic. It wouldn't have taken multiple calls, flooding your fucking lines. It wouldn't have took all that. But you saw a black, gay man, openly gay, because that's how he identified himself, and you didn't give a fuck. Just another nip for you to overlook. But you gagged. You gagged because he knew me. He knew me, and I know them. And them meaning the coalition that we built. You gagged when we came out there. You thought we were scared of you calling the cops? Really? You must have didn't do your homework, because we didn't give a fuck, as you clearly saw. Now we want justice for Michael Eubanks Whispell. We're going to demonstrate again in Bucks County. We got a whole 2 bus loads coming down there before the case, before the trial, just to remind you that we're not going to tolerate disrespect. Not in this coalition. Now, I don't know how you do the gays out in Bucks County, but we Philly. We gutter here, as you will know. And you already know what time I'm on. I'm always looking for the smoke. His name was Michael Eubanks Whispell. And I loved him. He was my friend and my brother. And much, much more. We love you, Mike, and we're not going to stop fighting. We'll come back with updates. Look at our Twitter page. Look at the Facebook page. We'll come back on this podcast. His name was Michael Eubanks Whispell. That's his name. That was his name. That's his name. Michael Eubanks Whispell. And we demand justice. I'm Asa Khalif. Till next time, peace and blessings.